WOD 1A. With 6 minutes on the clock, athletes will perform a 400-meter soft sand sprint, 200 meters out and 200 meters back, 20 kettlebell swings, and one more 400-meter soft sand sprint. For the kettlebell swings, the athlete will begin the movement picking the kettlebell up from the sand, standing tall with the arms locked out. The athlete will swing the kettlebell overhead and end with completely extended hips, shoulders, and wrists with the arms past the ears. Traditional kettlebell swings or the snatch technique is allowed. A no rep would be not fully locking out the hips or straightening the arms up overhead. After the 6-minute time cap, athletes will have 2 minutes to transition to WOD 1B. WOD 1B is a 4-minute AMRAP where the athlete has options to select one barbell and one gymnastics movement of their choice. The 2 barbell movements to choose from are the ground to overhead and shoulder to overhead. Athletes must select the bar movement and the load prior to the start of the workout. Once the WOD begins, the movement and load cannot change. Athletes will be allowed to load their bar during the 2-minute transition. Movement standards for the ground to overhead. The barbell starts on the ground, and the athlete can move the bar up to an overhead locked out position in any way they choose. A clean and jerk is one option that can be used. The athlete will start with the bar on the ground and clean the bar up to a front rack position with the bar resting on the shoulders and jerk it up overhead. The athletes must reach full hip extension, arms fully locked out, and the barbell ending over the shoulders, hips, and ankles. An example of a no-rep clean and jerk would be not reaching full hip lockout or extension. Another movement that can be performed for the ground to overhead is the snatch. A muscle snatch, power snatch, squat snatch, or split snatch is allowed. The movement begins with the bar on the ground and ends with full hip extension, arms locked out, and the barbell ending over the shoulders, hips, and ankles. An example of a no-rep snatch would be not reaching full hip extension. One other allowable movement for the ground to overhead is a squat clean thruster, also known as a cluster. For this movement, the bar will start on the ground and the athlete will perform a squat clean followed by an immediate push press. The end of the movement will show full hip extension, arms locked out overhead, with the bar over the shoulders, hips, and ankles. A no rep for the thruster would be to not fully extend the hips. The second barbell movement for this workout is shoulder to overhead. The barbell must make contact with the shoulders at the start of every rep and show complete lockout at the top with the bar over the shoulders, hips, and ankles. For the shoulder to overhead, a strict press, a push press, a push jerk, or a split jerk is acceptable. A no rep for the shoulder to overhead would be not reaching full lockout or hip extension. The gymnastics movement options are the pull-up and the bar muscle-up. If an athlete cannot perform an unassisted pull-up, the 4-minute AMRAP will be spent doing the one barbell movement of choice. For the pull-ups, standard chin over vertical plane pull-ups are acceptable. Arms must reach full extension at the bottom of each rep, and the chin must clear the vertical plane of the bar at the top of each movement. A strict pull-up, a kipping pull-up, or a butterfly pull-up is allowed. A no rep would be not getting the chin high enough to reach the vertical plane of the bar. The second gymnastics movement allowed for this WOD is a bar muscle-up. For the bar muscle-up, the arms must start in full extension in the hanging position and reach full lockout in the front support on top of the bar. During the swing, if the feet move higher than the vertical plane of the bar, that would result in a no rep.